Contact front.
Nice work.
Was nothing short of chaotic. From the moment the start line was announced, it was a fierce scramble through treacherous terrain. We witnessed high-speed flips, tactical tractor beam recoveries, and even a motivational pursuit by a heavy tank that kept the racers on their toes. The race culminated in a dramatic finish at the Mama Dragon C2, with Drago securing a stunning first-place victory and taking home a massive share of the $1.25 billion AUEC prize pool. It was a spectacular display of low-tech adrenaline in a high-tech galaxy. Turning to the Crusader sector, local authorities have issued a high-level security alert for the Kovalex hub area. Reports are coming in of a significant spike in ghost signatures, vessels operating without active transponders that have been harassing local industrial freighters. Crusader security has increased patrol frequency around the shipping lanes, and civilian pilots are urged to travel in wings until the sector is cleared. Meanwhile, on Microtech, the Glacier Ghost mystery has taken a corporate turn. Microtech Internal Security has officially expanded its cordon in the southern tundra, following what they describe as a technical breach of the excavation site. While speculators believe the recovered data cache contains lost terraforming secrets, the company maintains it is a standard geological survey. However, the sudden influx of heavy security has many independent contractors wondering exactly what, or who, is buried under the ice. Finally, at ArcCorp, the Area 18 Skyway transit grid is once again under scrutiny. A series of minor timing glitches has caused several automated trams to enter safe dock mode, leading to localized delays. While the city planet remains functional, commuters are advised to check their transit schedules before departing for the industrial districts. For those of you looking to make a fresh start or join a new crew, remember that the organizations are always looking for dedicated citizens.
That's great when that works.
It's not looking like it's working on my screen, unfortunately.
Tug, what ship are you going in?
Let's see if I can do it.
It's giving me the option to push it.
What do
It says,
you?
oh, it worked.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised. Quantum drive is now on. Anvil Aerospace. All systems online. Anvil Aerospace. All systems online. Quantum drive is now off.
Hey there, Ouroboros. You're early. Do you also work from home? Right? Yeah. At least for the time being.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now.
Why bother with intersect? I just decided to swing by to say hello. The operation? In the evening, you mean?
Bogey.
Was it an operation? It was a Marine Blue training. I cross-train. Although, well, at present, I am certified as a capital ship gunner, capital ship engineer, fully certified as a pilot, and now also certified as Blue Stage Marine. And it was a mess. Like, I am familiar with the concepts that they have presented, because, well, I've been playing Arma 2, Arma 3, Squad, Ready or Not, other games. So, you know, the things that they do, I've done in the past. And in Star Citizen, it is so messy that I really struggled there. You know, it feels like struggling with eating soup. Like, imagine trying to eat the soup by picking up a spoon with all the fingers on your hand being broken and your plate having a hole in it. That's basically the experience. So if you want to be a Marine, well, there are much better games for it, I'll tell you that straight. And I am bewildered that they make these things needlessly complicated. Like, if they simplify it, it would have worked a lot more smoothly. Like, a lot more smoothly. But they decide to overcomplicate it to a point where their overcomplication and Star Citizen's perpetual technical instability meet to make what would otherwise be, you know, a fun tactical exercise to literal fucking hell. So no, I cannot recommend Marine Blueface to anyone. At least not to anyone who, you know, who experienced it before in better games, because after you know, after doing it right in other environment, which was less hostile in terms of stability and, you know, bugs and other stuff, doing it in Star Citizen feels like torturing yourself. If you want that, if you want that kind of tactical gameplay, join Arma 2 or Arma 3 Clan, or Play Ready or Not. Those games just much better experience in that regard. Like I thought that I thought that they slightly overcomplicated the aviation part of the guild. I'll tell you this. By comparison to the marine stuff, their take on aviation, despite all the issues that I answered your questions about the other day, it's basically nothing. Like aviation is perfectly smooth ride by comparison to the mess that the marine training is. It's a combination. It's a combination of factors. The game is the game is what it is. Like you're not gonna have names on your party mates. Sometimes markers will appear or disappear. Sometimes names will appear or disappear. Occasionally your character will be doing some strange things, stuff like that. And the org that could have employed more simple, shall we say, mode of tactical movement and issuing orders, and could have focused more on, preserving cohesion, instead of solving those tasks, it focuses on, making it sound like it's realistic, to the point where it's so detrimental that it just doesn't work adequately. Because the funny thing about the training was that we've done very poorly. Like we fucked up massively. It was like you couldn't hide it. Like it almost everything that could go wrong during the second part of the exercise went wrong. But the instructor still said that we've done well and that everything was great, and it was very obvious that he only says it to to cheer us up. And props to him for being a good guy. I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying that Star Citizen makes military realistic simulation almost impossible.
Target destroyed.
So Star Citizen requires adaptations that this org doesn't always do, and when it does them, sometimes I question why they do it this particular way and not some other way.
Okay.
But it's their decisions, their choices, and I respect them. But all in all, yeah, these guys have a propensity for massively overcomplicated everything, seems to me, and Star Citizen really punishes for it. Star Citizen encourages simplicity and flexibility. The Pathfinders are about us overcomplicated and inflexible as it comes. Like, I've seen some orcs in Star Citizen back when I was playing it years ago, and I've never seen anyone going out of their way so much to make simple things hard as Pathfinders do. Like it's a completely unique thing as far as I'm concerned, because other orcs, usually they do one of the two things. Either they try to make the game more comfortable by optimizing, or they just do nothing and they suffer for it. But for somebody to actively make the game harder on themselves for no reason other than to copy some, some real life practices that don't even work in the game very well, well, that's certainly unique.
Shields offline. Quantum drive is now on.
So yeah, I do not recommend going into marine training until it's changed to something better, and quite importantly, until they revise their manual, because yesterday the instructor said that the manual wasn't accurate anymore, and there are there are even some things in the manual that you can get yelled at if you follow the manual. Yeah, imagine that. They give us the manual, they tell us to study the manual, then they tell us to forget the manual or else command will yell at us. That's how it was. And in the manual in the manual itself, no, they didn't yell yesterday. The person who was the instructor yesterday gave us the warning that if we follow the manual as it is written, we will get yelled at because things changed, but the manual was not updated. So instead of going by the manual that we were required to memorize, he gave us like 10 different things that we needed to learn from him and memorize on the fly, so that we will not be yelled at by guild leader Tycho in the future, just because the manual has not been updated for whatever reason. Well, if people are doing it on their own free time, they should be yelling at somebody for following the instructions that they're provided with. And frankly, when a corporal warns like 10 people attending the exercise that the manuals are outdated and that command doesn't give a damn about it, and command will presumably punish people who follow the manuals, it's not a good look. It's a very, very bad look. So, like, no. The corporal said that this will definitely happen if we if we do it ourselves at some point. Like, he warned. Hello? Well, the corporal presented it as a certainty. He said that if we follow the manual, we will be basically punished, and if we do as the corporal tells us, instead the manual, then things should be fine. So he said that it happened before, it will happen again. But that is what he said. What? I already told him that the manual is not right, and he admitted it, but he said that, he doesn't have the authority to change it. And then that told him that was like, the first thing. It was about the inaccuracy in the manual itself. That was like the prelude. After that, he started to uncover that, the entire manual is fucked, basically, and there are lots of things that we're not supposed to do. So instead of reading the manual, we're supposed to be memorizing what he tells us at a fast pace.
Okay.
So the Marine manual is inaccurate, the blue one at least, and following it will get you in trouble.
Lock.
At least those parts of it that are supposedly outdated, that nobody has updated.
Keep the fighters off me so I can work! No!
I think that if you have a system that's not built around real money, you should not be yelling at people over inaccurate manuals. I think that's immature and very spoiled. And it's not the first thing about the guild leader, Tycho, that I've heard from these people. They've been telling other very, very disappointing stories, shall we say, about his eccentric and disrespectful behavior, completely unreasonable behavior, so I, for one, am not looking forward to cooperating with him in any way whatsoever. I just want to fly my fighter, have fun, and to hell with command and their
Offline.
the aforementioned the aforementioned act. Like, I don't want to be caught up in that. I don't need my life. What do you mean I'm not sure? Well, I go by the warnings given by leadership of this org. Corporals, sergeants, these people, who have been here for some time and have been promoted themselves. These people tell us, don't follow the manual or Tycho will yell at you, or make sure to exactly follow the other manual or Tycho will yell at you. Don't run in the hallways of a capital ship. If Tycho catches you, he will fine you. Things like that. Like, why should I not trust those people? Well, that is all, you know, that is all well and good, and it is of course correct that you should just judge people by your own experiences with them. But when everybody gives that kind of you know, that kind of opinions about somebody, then at least you can choose not to look for their attention if you don't need it. And I don't need it, and I'm not looking for it. Another thing that puzzles me about this org is that it has no officers at all. Like, this is extremely unusual. The only officer is the leader himself, Tycho. Everybody else, the most senior people, they are basically, you know, sergeants. And like, they're sergeants who perform the duties of officers in many cases. And I just don't understand why Tycho wouldn't give them ranks that would be a match to what they're expected to do. To me, it's very odd, because I've seen hundreds of orgs. I have not joined hundreds of orgs, mind you. I've seen them, I mingled with them, I played with them as a guest, things like that. And I guess I've never seen anybody who is so restrictive about these things.
Shields offline.
And it seems to, you know, be in line with this whole mentality that you are not allowed to use an SMG if you are not certified to use an SMG. You're not allowed to use a machine gun if you're not certified to use a machine gun. I've used SMGs and machine guns in this game for years, over half a decade to be honest, and I don't see any reason to lock them behind any sort of certification. There is no extra training required for it that I could conceive of, and yet still such rules exist. I just...
Quantum fuel is at 75%.
When I look at this org from inside, I see some good people. I see some good people at, you know, ranks like corporal, sergeant, who are genuinely trying to, you know, make it a good community for everyone. And then, in contrast to those people, I see completely absurd, insane, dysfunctional, counterproductive rules. And I get warnings from junior leadership about inadequate behavior of senior leadership. Those are all red flags. You know what a red flag is, right? Nobody told me either. I said nobody told me before I joined. After I joined, they told me, but before I joined, no. Wait. No. That's not what I've done. I've never discussed it privately with anyone. I was attending training session, and during training sessions, people who ran them were giving these warnings. So if you want to learn this information, you should probably be doing what I was doing instead of attracting attention. Because if you ask about nitty and gritty, they might decide that you're a spy and kick you out. Well, I wouldn't know about that. Sounds familiar, but I haven't played for a long time. What? What? You you pay money to be in a Star Citizen org? I'm sorry, I muted my microphone.
What bottom drive is now off?
But this money, actually, it's a good thing because it helps people actually devote their attention doing some stuff, website right, organization right, and so on and so on. So this part of this organization,
Yeah, I hear you.
so this part of this organization is good. But recently, I learned about the last experience because they have other bigger lotteries, let's say for recruitment. If you recruit, this is a different lottery, but if you recruit, it's not a lottery actually, but if you recruit the most people for the org, they have like a leaderboard. So the first one, and the second, and the third one receive also free relocations. And for that specific mechanism, I heard last that they did some changes of the rules at the last minute, and that diverted the winner from one person to another. This is not about the lottery, this is about this mechanism of recruiting people. So,
Yeah, No, fuck that. I'm never joining that org. At least not seriously. Yeah, well, that's great, but here's... I used to run some orgs myself in different games, and I never had the goal to ask people in my orgs for money, let alone do anything like that. And frankly, I'm not sure what these people get from it, but looks very shady to me, and in more ways than a dozen. And you know, in order to have a nice website, you don't need $1,000, especially a repeated, you know, amount of some sort of payment from anybody. To have a nice Discord, you need that. Like the most that members of my org ever gave me, well, not me, the org, which I was a leader a long time ago, were Nitro subscriptions so that our Discord server would look nicer. But that's it. I never asked for anything. As for this practice, you know, it's clearly that, you know, you believe in it, you like it. I'm not going to argue with you, because to me, that's nonsensical. The existence of Odyssey org, their practices, like prior to 10 minutes ago, I did not know about them. Now I know about them, and my life has not changed. So I don't judge, you know, you do what you do, but I wouldn't be anywhere near that place myself.
Bogey. Shields online.
No, you're incorrect, because when I was writing those manuals, which I can show you, by the way, all, you know, authored by me and edited by me and Discord structured by me, nobody has paid me a single cent for any of that. I've done it entirely on my own passion and for the benefit of the communities that trusted me. I never asked for any, not even for any sort of reward for that.
Bogey.
And the notion that somebody should pay for this kind of thing in a video game, I highly disagree with it. But you know, you believe what you want to believe. Well, well, I am the provider who has the skills and the practice and the history of doing that, so it's for me to decide what I'm charging for and what I don't charge for. If somebody feels that members of their org owe them money for the benefit of basking in the glory of their, you know, work on a video game, by all means, you know, do that. But ethically, I disagree.
Shields. Ah!
Besides, some of us make enough money to not want for financial assistance when it comes to gaming. So maybe I'm a little bit spoiled in that regard.
Shield down.
But yeah, thank you for warning me about Odyssey Interstellar. I'll be making damn sure to stay the hell away from those guys. An excellent example. Well, what can I say?
Shields hit.
In last decade, out of thousands of people I've met and hundreds of people that I've led and interacted with, you are, on my memory, the very first one to ever, you know, present this point of view. So, you know, you score some points for uniquity of your use. So, props to you for that. But as far as those views themselves go, well, I guess I'm a communist then. when I spend considerable amount of time and nerves and effort at my work, and then I come home, and in what free time I have left for video games, well, that is a hypothetical example because I work from home, but you know, I'm making an example for you back from the time when I was working in the office. When I'm done with the work stuff, life stuff, and other kind of stuff that is not considered free time, and when I have my free time, for me, the act of working on those manuals is not so much a chore as it is a way of self-actualization. That I am, you know, making something creative, and it's like painting a picture or writing a song, and to me, that is its own reward. Which is, I guess, why it has never occurred to me that somebody should compensate me for that. Clearly, you have your worldview and I have mine. And I refused. I starkly, decisively disagree with such mercantile point of view on such subjects as you know, video game guilds. So you believe what you will, I believe what I have, and you know, it worked for me very well so far. I see no reason to you know, embrace hyper mercantility.
Shields.
But just so you know, if you need my help, and we're in good relations, I would probably provide it without asking for a bill to be paid first. CIG recently changed the system. Now payment will have to be accepted. If I don't accept it, you will not be able to pay me. Oh, favors are a different thing. Favors usually should be returned.
Shield down.
Quid pro quo and all of that. Because it's not creativity, it's a whole different kind of relationship. It's called family raid. Yeah, I don't feel like asking for money from workmates like that. Maybe, you know, maybe under some circumstances that I still cannot imagine at some point in the future, if my own distaste would find myself leading an orc again, which is not something I'm looking to do at present, by the way, not by any margin. Too much bother. You know, maybe at some point I'll find myself doing something like asking for finance to foot the bill for something, but like for the entirety of well, not entirety, but for almost a year, for last 11 months, I've been a guild leader in Dune Awakening, and during that time we had a Discord server, and I paid for all the nitro myself, so that the server will have, will have the boosts needed to unlock some nitro features in Discord to make it nicer. So I've been the one paying for others to have a nice Discord because I'm the guild leader and my responsibility. And that's how I see it personally. But maybe if some sort of expense at some point in the future will be like completely massive, but at the same time it will be also necessary, so unavoidable that it's all or nothing, then maybe at that point I would concede that it is a necessity. But in other circumstances, I guess the most I could accept is allowing people an opportunity to pitch in something like paying for a TeamSpeak 3 server or for Discord nitros if they want, without making it mandatory, because otherwise I'll just pay it myself. And by the way, Dune Awakening sucks at this point. I do not recommend it. The developers have fucking ruined it.
Shields hit. Shield down.
Probably.
Shields hit.
So, how are you liking your Gladius so far? Well, it is a light fighter. The Paladin? Why did you apply to be a Wingman and not a Starman? Wait. They assign you to either as a Marine, Starman, or a Wingman. No, you cannot be both, you can only be one. And you will be given priority for the one that you have chosen, and other people will be given priority for what they have chosen. And Orbats are not negotiable, so you may be wanting to be a member of a capital ship. You talk to somebody like what's his name? Doesn't matter. And he says, "Oh well, Orbat is locked. You're a pilot, so you will be piloting a fighter." And that's it. You're not going to be a gunner on a capital ship because somebody else already is slotted for that. Source, me. I've had that situation. So they generally don't give a damn about what you want. They just assign you for the part that you're trained for. Unless there is some, rare circumstance where they really need to fill in a slot and they will be ready to sacrifice, one for the other. That is regarding like the official operation. During unofficial operations, you can do whatever you want. But then you don't need any certifications to begin with. That's a convenient. Yeah, that's basically a lie. Because the priority is not determined by you. You are not the decision maker. You are expected to obey. Some of the petty officers will be writing the order of battle, Orbat, and in that order of battle, you will, you will be told exactly what you're gonna do, and even for example, during our gold phase, I actually requested to be moved from my flight to your flight so that we can be together and I can keep a better eye on you. You know what they said? The exact answer was, sorry, no changes now. Orbat is set and we don't have favorites of people to fly with. And he said that Orbat was set, and after that he made like 50 other changes to the Orbat. Because there were still slots available. In your flight there was a slot, and on a whim he just denied me. He just did not feel like it. Okay? And here you are telling me that you're gonna be everything you want to be, when in reality there are petty officers who are, well, I guess petty indeed, and they decide what you do and when you do it. Would you like a screenshot?
Shields hit.
My experience, a lot of orcs, this game, lie out of their asses all the time. So, also, it is entirely possible that the person who was recruiting you is, he believes one way, but the reality is different, and that person himself is wrong, because, well, he's been led to believe one thing, in reality it's another thing. Yeah, same thing. I entered this Discord server, then one of them approached me and he recruited me into the org. That's what I was referring to. And he gave me the exact same assurances that I can be whatever I want and that, you know, gameplay freedom, yada yada yada. And then they don't even allow me to transfer to your flight so that I can keep you safe better. They just tell me, you know, you do your own thing in your own flight. No consideration given. And, you know, again, I was running org, Star Citizen, from 2020 to 2025, which was larger than the Pathfinders, and which actually was named by the developers as one of the Spotlight orgs in 2023, I believe. And I have some experience organizing people for events, and my experience does not enlighten me in any way whatsoever on any reason to deny my request, other than the petty officer personally feeling that he should appear as more unapproachable, and you know, recruits should have no sway over command decisions. Other than that, and in my opinion that's very petty for a video game, I just don't understand it. Like, if you have two people who already have some sort of synergy, so together they'll be performing better, why not benefit from it? No, you know, no consideration, nothing, just no.
Shields hit. Shield down.
It's not. Because people in charge seem to be very interested in playing toy soldiers, which is probably their motivation for doing all of it. Being in charge, telling people to obey standards and to play Imperial Stormtroopers from Star Wars, so to speak. So that would explain why they still do it without any financial incentive. And from that standpoint, it marks, you know, it makes some sense. A lot of sense, actually, about why things are the way they are. But, you know, despite all of that, I still have to give it to them. By comparison to a lot of other works, they have some measure of order, because people on the lower ranks of the org actually believe as you believe, and their productivity, their cooperation, their goodwill, they foster this kind of environment that, you know, so far I've been playing in more or less comfortably.
Shields.
But that is the reason why I have absolutely no interest in climbing ranks in this org, or interacting with Taiko or any other senior people, petty officers, sergeants, whatnot. Like, you know, I'm okay with people who respect the structure and respect the rules, and who want to cooperate with each other. But the leadership seems to, you know, not all of it, I have not met all of them, but senior leadership, it seems they suck, like really badly. And, you know, that is why I'm much more interested in staying low, and you can always say benefiting from the collateral of their need to play toy soldiers. Besides, it's only a video game, you don't have to climb ranks to enjoy it. Believe me, the higher you get, the more time you spend in meetings, and the less you actually enjoy anything, because people start bringing their problems to you all the time. And speaking of Star Citizen specifically, looking back at those 5 years, 2 months, and 22 days that I spent as the leader of my org, I greatly enjoy being a rank-and-file pilot over the guy who sits with Americans and Europeans at midnight evenings my time, discussing matters of logistics for an upcoming event. Though it is a good, you know, it's good training for real life. It helps you to develop some skills, and I benefited from those skills immensely. So those 5 years I spent being an org leader, they were not wasted by any means. And after Star Citizen, I realized I can comfortably run an org basically in any game, which is why when I came to Dune Awakening, after Star Citizen, establishing a very stable and a high quality org was basically like very easy after the rigors of Star Citizen, so to speak. It wasn't a waste. But being more of an administrator and organizer, in my opinion, it's not the way to enjoy the game, it's a way to learn. If you want to enjoy the game, make friends, go on adventures together, have fun, don't worry about things that don't concern you. Which is why I'm perfectly happy to ignore Taiko and that petty officer and other people in charge, and just play with the likes of you or some other people here that I've met. That's it. I used to run an org from 1st of January 2020 until 22nd of March 2025. And the reason why I disbanded my org, which at the time had over 100 people, is because during the 4.0 release of the game basically broke very badly. And it remained broken for about 3 months. A lot of people were shard locked, and for months developers did not fix anything. So there was a lot of disappointment, and people were selling their accounts, and it was a huge mess for Star Citizen. And at that point, I just understood I was done. And my people understood, they no longer wanted any of that either. So we came together, we discussed it, and we decided that we quit Star Citizen. And so we quit it as a group. We solemnly disbanded our org, and we played different games. That's it. And I only returned to Star Citizen in this May, after I got tired of Dune Awakening, and I only came to Star Citizen to check it out. I did not actually expect to be joining any orgs again, but you know how these things happen. So I somehow ended up with the Pathfinders. I guess curiosity is what led me here ultimately. Wanted to see what life of local mill steamers is like. Well, now I know. Though, for the record, in order to have that level of coordination, you don't need to be a mill simmer, because my org also had it, and without some things that I believe to be unnecessary, but it worked pretty well.
Shields hit.
But hey, all orgs have their own ways of doing stuff, and there is nothing inherently wrong with the way Pathfinders do it. If they prefer it this way, let them do it this way. People are having, the time of their lives playing a video game. I think that they should be able to play it however they'd like. Though, ironically, they themselves disagree because, God forbid you follow a manual that the leadership does not like. They'll yell at you. It's ironic, isn't it? I have no reason to leave because I honestly don't care about anything that the leadership does. I don't care very much for the game, and I take these things very casually. The reason why, like these people seem to believe that I read through their manuals very thoroughly, and they keep complimenting me on my performance, but the truth is, my performance comes from past experiences, so I don't need to work very hard in order to impress. And the communication that they have, for example, 4735 message over, send traffic, yada yada yada, all of that stuff, though with slightly different parameters. I've done it in the past so many times that for me, adapting to their model is more of a struggle because I need to forget the old model, which in my opinion was better, than needing to learn it like from zero. And from this standpoint, where you don't need to invest very much to be here, and you can still have some fun times, and ultimately you treat things very casually. There is very little reason for me to be concerned about these things, and you know, if I get tired, I'll just quit. Or if Tycho gets mad for some reason, well, he can kick me out. I'm not gonna cry over it. That being said, I'm still gonna be calling him Sir, Captain, Sir. Well, I don't know what he likes in that regard, but when you're doing it ironically, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I guess I'm the rogue that nobody has still figured out. Nobody but you. Yeah, and now no one will ever believe you.
Shield down.
No, I will not. I'll admit everything, but in such a way that they'll think that I'm not serious about it, so nothing will come out of it. Besides, stitches get stitches, so, you know, you can be guilty of anything, and people will still be wary of somebody who is the stitch more than of somebody who allegedly perpetrated a crime, especially when there is no damage and no victim. It serves to be quiet.
Practicing my flying skills around the big rock, trying to make the NPCs crash in the rock, because I cannot defeat them.
They would happily crash into you.
Two of the ships crashed in each other, but three of them are still here, and I cannot get the target down until
Maybe you already killed the primary target. If you did, then you have no reason to be there.
correct? I guess the primary target crashed or something.
Yeah, I'm correct again.
Half the way to the intercepting solutions to get to the devastation.
I honestly don't care about getting to Kiwi Station myself.
It's a way to earn million or something by completing it. So and get other ships in the game.
Uh, well, I've been playing Star Citizen since 2015, and I guess by this point I'm pretty fed up with the ships and that whole shebang, so I'm not really chasing after it. Oh, and when I started playing this game, all of the stuff that you see around you, it wasn't here. What we had back then was one, you know, one gas giant that you can't even enter, and a station that they have then removed from the game, and a bunch of moons, and that's it. That was the entirety of Star Citizen. And it was graphically not as impressive, and it ran like shit. Like, holy fuck, even on the most powerful of computers, it struggled really badly. Nothing worked adequately. Yeah, that's how it started.
Shields offline.
I was in and out, like playing 1 month,
Yeah, I played basically non-stop for years. Starting in 2020. Oh, that still happens. Well, just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen, right? What?
Quantum fuel is at 50%.
No. Why? I don't care for any of that, like, at all. I just I just don't give a fuck. Like, I don't even have any other words to put it. I honestly don't know. I guess I still haven't found another game that I want to be playing. And I have a lot of experience with Star Citizen, but not a recent experience. And
Mayday,
no,
mayday!
I have some
Outlaws are
friends
attacking my
who
ship!
still play it, like a few, who are not completely disappointed. And I guess occasionally I catch up with them. I can afford to keep it on my computer to, I have enough space for it. So I am just here out of curiosity for what changed, perhaps to lesser extent, and to greater extent, like right now, I guess you can call it doing a case study, the life of milsim role players in Star Citizen, their struggles.
Bogey.
Testing what? Well, I guess everybody's testing this game. It's an alpha.
You've got to keep them off us so we can work! No! No! Ah!
Bogey. Shields hit. Shields hit. Shield down.
Well, looks like I'll be helping another struggling recruit tonight. Why? There is no training. There is just this guy, flight cadet, Park Marquette, who says that really struggling with holding formation. And apparently there is nobody who can help him before actual formal training, so why the hell not? I should have some time to help this buddy, even if I never see him again. I guess the one thing I like in this game is helping people. But that's just not about this game, like in general. Perhaps that is why the idea of charging everybody for everything is a little bit alien to me. Well, to each their own. I am exaggerating. It's a rhetorical device. I know what you meant. Oh, you want to work on your formation plan as well? Well, let us see. He said between 1630 to 1600 Zulu. So yeah, he will alert me, and if I'm around, then I'll jump in. It's in chat. Just make sure you will be at Everest Harbor so that you will not need to travel, delaying us. Just so that he will know he wants to do it, that you want to do it as well. Write in Carrier Starving Child that you want to join. Raising awareness, so to speak.
Bogey.
No, it's Carrier Starwing.
Shields hit. Target destroyed. Bogey. Lock. Shields hit. Shields hit. Shield down. Shields hit. Shield down. Shields hit. Shields hit. Shields hit. Landing gear deployed. Landing complete. Hydrogen fuel is at 100%. Bottom fuel is at 100%. Takeoff complete.
Shields taking fire.
Shields hit.
Could definitely use some support about now. Taking heavy fire.
Shields hit.
Damn it.
Shields hit. Shield down.
Son of a bitch.
Shields hit.
Lag.
Oh. help me.
Hit.
Ah, ah. Ah! Ah!
Shields hit. Shields hit. Shields hit.
A little help here!
Shields hit.
Ow, that hurts. Damn it.
Shields hit.
Help me! Ah! Ah! Shit. Oh, shit.
Shields hit.
Son of a bitch. Ah!
Shields hit. Shields hit.
Need help. I'm losing ship systems. Taking heavy fire.
Shields hit.
Could definitely use some support about now.
Shields hit.
Son of a bitch.
Shields hit.
Damn it.
Shields hit.
Taking fire. Could definitely use some support about now.
Shields hit.
Help me.
Shields hit.
Shit. Oh, shit. Ah!
Shields hit.
Ah! up here. Could definitely use some support about now.
Shields hit.
Taking heavy fire. A little help here.
Hit. Shields hit.
Son of a bitch!
Shields hit. Engines offline. Deployed. Landing complete. All systems offline. Shields offline. Weapons offline. Weapons offline.
Yeah. Right? Are you joining myself and that other cadet for the formation practice? Do I need to remind you again? The channel.
Who's the guy?
I do believe it's Park Market.
Yeah, I don't have anything this time, so you want me to put an emoji somewhere?
Oh, I don't want anything particular. But if you just, drop a message that you want to join the formation practice, that he can see it, maybe somebody else who wants to join, then, then people will know we got something going. I think that would be helpful. Well, see you later.